Bandurria, a pre-Columbian site, holds the secrets of a forgotten civilization, a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. Its ancient structures whisper tales of a culture that thrived over 1,000 years ago, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire wonder. As we step into the ruins of Bandurria, the past comes alive, beckoning us to unravel its mysteries. In the scorching desert landscape of northern Peru, where the sun dips into the horizon and paints the sky with hues of crimson and gold, lies the ancient site of Bandurria. This pre-Columbian settlement, nestled in the Lambayeque Valley, is a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the people who once called this unforgiving yet majestic landscape home. The valley, watered by the lazy Lambayeque River, has been a cradle of civilization for millennia, with evidence of human habitation dating back to around 2000 BCE. The Lambayeque Valley, with its fertile soils and favorable climate, supported a complex network of trade routes and agricultural systems, which in turn gave rise to sophisticated societies like the Moshe and the Kimu. These civilizations, known for their mastery of metallurgy, ceramics, and textiles, left behind a rich legacy of artifacts and architectural wonders that continue to inspire wonder and awe. The site of Bandurria itself is situated on a narrow ridge overlooking the surrounding desert landscape like a sentinel guarding secrets of the past. The terrain, characterized by arid expanses of sand and rock, is punctuated by oases and riverine ecosystems that have supported human life for centuries. As we explore the ruins, we notice the remnants of ancient structures, including ceremonial platforms, residential areas, and irrigation canals, which bespeak a deep understanding of the local environment and a profound connection to the land. The earliest inhabitants of Bandurria, dating back to around 1000 BCE, were likely farmers and herders who took advantage of the valley's fertile soils and favorable climate to cultivate crops like maize, beans, and squash. These early settlers would have also exploited the region's rich marine resources, including fish and shellfish, which were abundant in the nearby Pacific Ocean. As the site grew and prospered, it became an important center of trade and cultural exchange, with evidence of contacts with other pre-Columbian societies such as the Nazca and the Wari. As we walk through the ruins, the silence is broken only by the wind rustling through the desert grasses and the distant call of a bird. The air is thick with the scent of creosote and mesquite, and the earthy smell of aged adobe. We can almost hear the whispers of the past, as the ancient structures seem to come alive, telling tales of a people who lived, laughed, and loved in this very spot over 2 millennia ago. The discovery of Bandurria is attributed to the Peruvian archaeologist Rafael Larco, who in the 1930s conducted a series of excavations at the site, unearthing a treasure trove of artifacts, including ceramics, textiles, and metalwork. These findings not only shed light on the daily lives of the people who inhabited Bandurria, but also provided valuable insights into the cultural and economic dynamics of the region during the pre-Columbian era. The archaeological record at Bandurria is a testament to the site's importance as a cultural and economic center. The presence of elaborate ceramics, intricately woven textiles, and expertly crafted metalwork suggests a high degree of specialization in craftsmanship, which in turn implies a complex social hierarchy and a robust system of trade and exchange. As we explore the ruins, we notice the remnants of ceremonial structures, including platforms and plazas, which would have played a central role in the spiritual and cultural life of the community. These structures, often adorned with intricate carvings and symbolic motifs, provide a unique window into the spiritual practices and cosmological beliefs of the people who inhabited Bandurria. As we delve deeper into the ceremonial structures at Bandurria, we find evidence of a complex spiritual landscape that reflects the site's strategic location at the crossroads of multiple trade routes and cultural exchange networks. The presence of ceramic vessels and textiles from distant regions, such as the Nazca Valley and the Kimu Kingdom, suggests that Bandurria played a significant role in the dissemination of ideas, myths, and ritual practices across the pre-Columbian world. The intricate carvings and symbolic motifs that adorn the ceremonial platforms and plazas at Bandurria provide a unique window into the cosmological beliefs and spiritual practices of the people who inhabited this site. One of the most striking features of the ceremonial structures at Bandurria is the presence of elaborate stone sculptures which depict a range of mythological creatures and supernatural beings. These sculptures, crafted from local limestone and sandstone, demonstrate a high degree of technical skill and artistic sophistication, and provide valuable insights into the spiritual and cosmological beliefs of the people who created them. The depiction of creatures such as the jaguar, the eagle, and the serpent, which were revered as sacred animals in many pre-Columbian cultures, suggests that the people of Bandurria shared a common cultural heritage with other societies in the region. The discovery of these stone sculptures at Bandurria has been attributed to the Peruvian archaeologist Rafael Larco Hoyle, who conducted a series of excavations at the site in the 1930s. Larco Hoyle's work at Bandurria not only shed light on the site's importance as a cultural and economic center, but also provided valuable insights into the artistic and spiritual traditions of the pre-Columbian world. His excavations uncovered a range of artifacts, including ceramics, textiles, and metalwork, which had been instrumental in reconstructing the daily lives and spiritual practices of the people who inhabited Bandurria. The presence of multiple ceremonial platforms and plazas, each with its own unique architectural features and symbolic motifs, suggests that the people of Bandurria practiced a range of ritual activities and ceremonies, which were closely tied to the cycles of nature and the movements of the celestial bodies. The depiction of astronomical symbols, such as the sun, the moon, and the stars on the stone sculptures and ceramic vessels found at Bandurria, provides further evidence of the site's importance as a center of spiritual and cosmological knowledge. The study of the ceremonial structures at Bandurria has also been informed by the work of other scholars, including the American archaeologist Richard Berger, who conducted a series of excavations at the site in the 1980s. Berger's work focused on the site's economic and cultural dynamics, and his research provided valuable insights into the ways in which Bandurria interacted with other pre-Columbian societies in the region. His excavations uncovered evidence of a complex system of trade and exchange which linked Bandurria to other sites in the Nazca Valley, the Chimu Kingdom, and beyond. As Berger's research demonstrated, the complex system of trade and exchange that linked Bandurria to other sites in the region was a key factor in the site's economic and cultural development. One of the most significant trade partners of Bandurria was the nearby city of Chan Chan, the capital of the Chimu Kingdom. Located on the northern coast of Peru, Chan Chan was a major center of commerce and industry, and its merchants played a significant role in the dissemination of goods and ideas throughout the pre-Columbian world. The exchange of goods between Bandurria and Chan Chan would have included textiles, ceramics, and metals, as well as other luxury items such as feathers, shells, and precious stones. The trade relationship between Bandurria and Chan Chan was not limited to the exchange of material goods, however. There is also evidence to suggest that the two sites shared a common cultural heritage, with similarities in their spiritual practices, mythological beliefs, and artistic traditions. The stone sculptures found at Bandurria, for example, bear a striking resemblance to those found at Chan Chan, with similar depictions of mythological creatures and supernatural beings. This suggests that there was a significant amount of cultural exchange between the two sites, with ideas and influences flowing back and forth along the trade routes that connected them. One of the key figures in the study of the trade relationship between Bandurria and Chan Chan is the Peruvian archaeologist Maria Rostworowski. Rostworowski's research focused on the economic and cultural dynamics of the Chimu Kingdom, and her work provided valuable insights into the ways in which Chan Chan interacted with other sites in the region. Her excavations at Chan Chan uncovered evidence of a complex system of workshops and factories where artisans produced a wide range of goods, including textiles, ceramics, and metals. These goods would have been traded extensively throughout the pre-Columbian world, with Bandurria being one of the key destinations. The discovery of a large number of Chimu-style ceramics at Bandurria is a testament to the significance of the trade relationship between the two sites. These ceramics, which include jars, bowls, and other vessels, are characterized by their distinctive black-on-black decoration, which features intricate designs and motifs. The presence of these ceramics at Bandurria suggests that there was a significant amount of cultural exchange between the two sites, with Chanchan's artisans producing goods specifically for the Bandurrian market. The fact that many of these ceramics have been found in the ceremonial structures at Bandurria also suggests that they played a significant role in the site's spiritual practices, perhaps being used in ritual ceremonies or as offerings to the gods. The study of the ceramics found at Bandurria has also been informed by the work of the American archaeologist John Rowe. Rowe's research focused on the chronology and stylistic development of pre-Columbian ceramics, and his work provided valuable insights into the dating and provenance of the ceramics found at Bandurria. His analysis of the Kaimu-style ceramics found at the site suggests that they date to the late Intermediate period, a time of significant cultural and economic change in the pre-Columbian world. This period saw the rise of powerful kingdoms such as the Kimu and the Inca, which would go on to shape the course of pre-Columbian history. As the late Intermediate period progressed, the influence of the Kaimu kingdom on Bandurria's ceramics became even more pronounced. The discovery of a cache of ceramic molds at the site, for example, revealed that Bandurrian artisans were producing their own versions of Chimu-style vessels, using techniques and designs learned from their northern counterparts. This is evident in the work of archaeologist Dorothy Menzel, who conducted extensive research on the ceramics of the region. Menzel's analysis of the molds found at Bandurria showed that they were used to produce a wide range of vessel forms, including jars, bowls, and plates, all characterized by the distinctive black-on-black decoration of the Kaimu style. The presence of these ceramic molds also highlights the significance of trade and cultural exchange between Bandurria and other sites in the region. The exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies between different cultures was a hallmark of the pre-Columbian world, and Bandurria was no exception. The site's strategic location at the intersection of several major trade routes made it an important hub for the exchange of goods and ideas, with merchants and travelers coming from all over to buy, sell, and trade. This is evident in the discovery of a number of non-local artifacts at the site, including textiles, metals, and other luxury goods. One of the key trade partners of Bandurria during this period was the Inca Empire, which had risen to power in the highlands of Peru. The Incas were known for their sophisticated road network, which stretched from modern-day Colombia to Chile, and Bandurria was an important stop along this route. The site's location at the edge of the desert made it a critical point for the exchange of goods between the coast and the highlands, with merchants bringing goods such as textiles, ceramics, and metals from the Inca heartland to trade for coastal products like fish, shellfish, and other marine resources. This is evident in the work of archaeologist Craig Morris, who conducted extensive research on the Inca road network and its impact on the development of pre-Columbian societies. The influence of the Inca Empire on Bandurria can also be seen in the site's architecture. The discovery of a number of Inca-style buildings at the site, including a large ceremonial center, reveals that the Incas had a significant presence at Bandurria during this period. These buildings are characterized by their use of stone and adobe construction, as well as their distinctive architectural features, such as trapezoidal doors and niches. The presence of these buildings highlights the importance of Bandurria as a center of trade and cultural exchange, and demonstrates the significant impact that the Inca Empire had on the development of the site. The ceremonial center at Bandurria is particularly noteworthy, as it provides valuable insights into the spiritual practices of the site's inhabitants. The center consists of a large plaza surrounded by several buildings, including a temple and a number of smaller shrines. The presence of these structures suggests that the site was an important center of ritual activity, with ceremonies and other spiritual practices taking place on a regular basis. This is evident in the discovery of a number of artifacts associated with ritual activity, including ceramics, textiles, and other offerings. The analysis of these artifacts by archaeologist Patricia Knobloch has provided valuable insights into the spiritual practices of the site's inhabitants and highlights the importance of Bandurria as a center of ritual activity in the pre-Columbian world. The discovery of a number of human remains at the ceremonial center has also provided valuable insights into the lives of Bandurria's inhabitants. The analysis of these remains by bioarchaeologist Jane Bwickstra has revealed that the site's inhabitants suffered from a number of health problems, including malnutrition and disease. This is evident in the presence of a number of skeletal pathologies, including enamel hypoplasia and porotic hyperostosis, which are indicative of poor health and nutrition. The analysis of these remains has also highlighted the significance of Bandurria as a center of population growth and development, with the site's inhabitants playing an important role in the expansion of pre-Columbian societies in the region. The study of the human remains at Bandurria has also been informed by the work of archaeologist Clark Larson, who conducted extensive research on the bioarchaeology of pre-Columbian societies. Larson's analysis of the skeletal remains from Bandurria and other sites in the region has provided valuable insights into the lives of these ancient peoples, including their diet, health, and lifestyle. This is evident in the discovery of a number of isotopic signatures in the skeletal remains, which are indicative of a diet rich in marine resources. The presence of these signatures highlights the importance of the sea as a source of food for Bandurria's inhabitants and demonstrates the significant impact that the site's coastal location had on the development of its culture. As the analysis of the human remains at Bandurria continued, researchers began to explore the site's mortuary practices in greater detail. The work of bioarchaeologist Jane Bookstra and her team revealed that the site's inhabitants employed a variety of funerary rituals, including primary and secondary burials, as well as the use of ceremonial offerings such as ceramics, textiles, and other grave goods. One notable example is the discovery of a burial pit containing the remains of several individuals, accompanied by a cache of ceramics and other artifacts that suggest a high level of social status. The study of these mortuary practices has been informed by the work of archaeologist Christopher Donnan, who conducted extensive research on the funerary rituals of pre-Columbian societies in the region. Donnan's analysis of the burial data from Bandurria and other sites has provided valuable insights into the social organization and cultural practices of these ancient communities. For example, his research has shown that the use of secondary burials, in which the remains are exhumed and reburied after a period of time, was a common practice among coastal societies in Peru. The excavation of the ceremonial center at Bandurria also uncovered evidence of ritual activity related to the worship of ancestral figures. The discovery of several stone statues and ceramic figurines depicting human-like figures with feline and avian attributes suggests that the site's inhabitants may have revered a pantheon of supernatural beings associated with fertility, agriculture, and the natural world. This is consistent with the findings of archaeologist Richard Berger, who has conducted extensive research on the ritual practices of pre-Columbian societies in the region. One of the most significant discoveries at Bandurria was the uncovering of a large cache of textiles, including fragments of woven cloth, embroidery, and other forms of fiber art. The analysis of these textiles by researcher Mary Frame has revealed that they were produced using a variety of techniques, including weaving, knotting, and felting. The presence of these textiles suggests that the site's inhabitants were skilled craftsmen who placed a high value on textile production and exchange. The study of the textiles at Bandurria has also been informed by the work of archaeologist Rebecca Stone Miller, who has conducted extensive research on the textile traditions of pre-Columbian societies in Peru. Stone Miller's analysis of the textile data from Bandurria and other sites has provided valuable insights into the social and cultural context of textile production and exchange in these ancient communities. For example, her research has shown that the use of certain textiles, such as those made from vicuña wool, was restricted to high-status individuals and may have played a role in the negotiation of social hierarchies. As researchers continued to excavate and analyze the site of Bandurria, they began to uncover evidence of the site's involvement in regional trade networks. The discovery of ceramics and other artifacts from distant regions, such as the Nazca Valley and the highlands of Peru, suggests that the site's inhabitants were engaged in a complex system of exchange and commerce. This is consistent with the findings of archaeologist Gary Feynman, who has conducted extensive research on the trade networks of pre-Columbian societies in the region. As the researchers delved deeper into the trade networks of Bandurria, they discovered that the site's strategic location on the coast allowed it to serve as a crucial hub for the exchange of goods between the highlands and the coastal regions. The presence of ceramics from the Nazca Valley, for example, suggested that Bandurria was connected to the Nazca culture, which flourished in the southern region of Peru between 200 BCE and 600 CE. This connection is further supported by the discovery of Nazca-style geoglyphs in the surrounding areas, which were likely used for ceremonial and ritual purposes. One of the key figures in the study of Bandurria's trade networks was archaeologist Joanne Pillsbury, who conducted extensive research on the site's ceramic assemblage. Her analysis revealed that the ceramics found at Bandurria were not only imported from other regions, but also produced locally, using techniques and materials similar to those used by other pre-Columbian cultures in Peru. This finding suggested that the site's inhabitants were skilled craftsmen who played an active role in the production and exchange of goods. The study of Bandurria's trade networks also shed light on the site's economic organization and social structure. The discovery of luxury goods, such as spondylus shells and obsidian, which were highly valued in pre-Columbian Peru, suggested that the site's inhabitants had access to a complex system of exchange and commerce. This is further supported by the presence of storage facilities and other architectural features that suggest a high level of economic organization. As researchers continued to excavate and analyze the site, they began to uncover evidence of Bandurria's involvement in the Wari Empire, which emerged in the highlands of Peru around 600 CE and expanded to the coast during the subsequent centuries. The presence of Wari-style ceramics and other artifacts at Bandurria suggests that the site was integrated into the Wari Empire's extensive trade network, which stretched from the coast to the highlands and included a wide range of goods, from textiles to metals. The study of Bandurria's relationship with the Wari Empire has been informed by the work of archaeologist Katharina Schreiber, who has conducted extensive research on the Wari Empire's expansion and trade networks. Her analysis suggests that the Wari Empire's presence on the coast was characterized by a complex system of administration and control, which included the establishment of provincial centers and the exploitation of local resources. The discovery of Wari-style administrative facilities at Bandurria, such as the remains of a possible kolkha, or storage facility, supports this interpretation. The presence of these facilities suggests that the site played an important role in the Wari Empire's coastal administration and trade networks, serving as a hub for the collection and distribution of goods. As researchers continued to explore Bandurria's relationship with the Wari Empire, they began to uncover evidence of the site's involvement in the empire's complex system of ritual and ceremonial practices. The discovery of Wari-style ceramics and other artifacts associated with ritual activities, such as the consumption of chicha, a fermented corn beverage, suggests that the site's inhabitants participated in the empire's extensive network of ritual and ceremonial exchange. The study of these ritual practices has been informed by the work of archaeologist Susan Berg, who has conducted extensive research on the Wari Empire's ritual and ceremonial activities. Her analysis suggests that the Wari Empire's ritual practices were characterized by a complex system of reciprocity and exchange, which included the sharing of goods, services, and ideas between different social groups. As the Wari Empire's presence at Bandurria continued to unfold, researchers began to examine the site's ceramic assemblage more closely, seeking to understand the nature of the empire's influence on local pottery production. Archaeologist Patricia Knobloch, a specialist in Wari ceramics, conducted a detailed analysis of the site's ceramic collection, revealing a complex pattern of exchange and cultural interaction between the Wari Empire and the coastal populations. Knobloch's research showed that while Wari-style ceramics were present at Bandurria, they were not simply imported from the highlands. Rather, local potters had begun to produce their own versions of Wari ceramics, using similar techniques and motifs. This phenomenon, known as cultural hybridity, suggested that the Wari Empire's influence on the coast was not limited to mere economic or administrative control, but also involved a deeper level of cultural exchange and interaction. Further investigation of the site's ceramic assemblage revealed that Bandurria's potters had developed a unique style, blending Wari influences with local traditions. This style, characterized by the use of distinctive shapes, decorations, and glazes, has been dubbed coastal Wari by scholars. The discovery of coastal wari ceramics at other sites along the coast suggests that Bandurria was not an isolated example, but rather part of a broader cultural phenomenon that reflected the complex dynamics of the Wari Empire's expansion. The study of coastal wari ceramics has also shed light on the social and economic structures of the coastal populations during this period. Archaeologist Mary Glowacki, who has worked extensively on the Wari Empire's coastal presence, argues that the production and exchange of ceramics like those found at Bandurria reflect a high level of social complexity and specialization among coastal groups. The fact that local potters were able to produce such sophisticated ceramics, often with intricate designs and glazes, suggests a significant investment of time, labor, and resources in ceramic production. As researchers continued to excavate and analyze the site, they began to uncover evidence of Bandurria's role in the Wari Empire's extensive network of trade and communication. The discovery of a possible road or trail leading from the site to the nearby valley suggests that Bandurria may have served as a key node in the empire's transportation network, facilitating the exchange of goods and ideas between the coast and the highlands. The presence of Wari-style textiles and other luxury goods at Bandurria further supports this interpretation. Archaeologist Ann Peters, who has studied the Wari Empire's textile production, notes that the discovery of these items at the site reflects the empire's complex system of exchange and reciprocity, in which luxury goods played a key role in cementing social relationships and reinforcing power dynamics. The study of Bandurria's textiles has also provided valuable insights into the site's economic organization and social structure. The presence of high-quality textiles, often decorated with intricate designs and patterns, suggests a significant level of specialization and division of labor among the site's inhabitants. The fact that these textiles were likely produced using local materials and techniques further highlights the site's importance as a center of craft production and exchange. As the excavation and analysis of Bandurria continue, researchers are beginning to reconstruct a nuanced picture of life at the site during the Wari period. The discovery of domestic structures, including possible residential areas and food preparation facilities, has provided valuable insights into the daily lives of the site's inhabitants. Archaeologist Luis Jaime Castillo, who has worked extensively on the Wari Empire's domestic architecture, notes that the layout and organization of these structures reflect a high level of social complexity and differentiation among the site's population. As researchers delved deeper into the domestic structures at Bandurria, they began to uncover evidence of a complex system of food production and distribution. Archaeologist Luis Jaime Castillo noted that the presence of specialized cooking facilities, such as clay ovens and grinding stones, suggested a high level of culinary sophistication among the site's inhabitants. The discovery of ceramic vessels containing remnants of maize, beans, and other staple crops further highlighted the importance of agriculture in the daily lives of Bandurria's residents. The analysis of botanical remains by paleoethnobotanist Dolores Piperno revealed that the site's inhabitants had developed a diverse range of crops, including varieties of squash, peppers, and tomatoes. The presence of these crops, which were introduced from other regions of the Americas, underscores the extensive trade networks that existed between Bandurria and other pre-Columbian sites. Piperno's research also suggested that the site's agricultural systems were highly adapted to the local environment, with crops being carefully selected and cultivated to thrive in the coastal ecosystem. As excavations continued, researchers began to explore the site's mortuary practices, seeking to gain a deeper understanding of the social and cultural dynamics at play. Archaeologist Guillermo Koch Carrasco led the excavation of several burial sites, which yielded a range of funerary artifacts, including ceramics, textiles, and personal adornments. The analysis of these artifacts by Koch Carrasco and his team revealed a complex system of mortuary ritual, with different types of burials and grave goods reflecting the social status and identity of the deceased. The discovery of several high-status burials, characterized by elaborate funerary offerings and exotic trade goods, suggested that Bandurria was an important center of power and authority in the region. The presence of ceramics and other artifacts from distant regions, such as the Nazca and Moche valleys, further highlights the site's role in regional trade networks. Koch Carrasco's research also underscored the importance of mortuary ritual in pre-Columbian societies, with funerary practices playing a key role in reinforcing social hierarchies and cultural identities. As researchers continued to explore the site, they began to investigate the role of Bandurria in the wider context of pre-Columbian Peru. Archaeologist Krzysztof Makowski, an expert on the Wari Empire's expansion, noted that the site's strategic location on the coast made it a critical hub for trade and communication between the highlands and the coastal regions. The presence of Wari-style architecture, ceramics, and other artifacts at Bandurria suggests that the site was an important outpost of the Wari Empire, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultural practices between different regions. As the Wari Empire's influence began to wane around the 12th century, Bandurria's importance as a trade hub started to decline. The site's strategic location on the coast, however, continued to attract attention from other pre-Columbian cultures. Archaeologist Makowski notes that during this period, Bandurria saw an influx of new ceramic styles and architectural influences, suggesting interactions with neighboring regions such as the Kimu and Chincha valleys. One notable example of this cultural exchange is the discovery of a large cache of ceramics bearing the distinctive black-on-red slipware characteristic of the Kimu style. These finds, excavated by archaeologist Luis Jaime Castillo, were concentrated in a specific area of the site, suggesting a dedicated space for trade or cultural exchange. The presence of these foreign ceramics, often found alongside local wares, underscores the enduring significance of Bandurria as a node in regional trade networks. As the 13th century progressed, Bandurria's settlement patterns began to shift, with evidence of new residential areas and food production facilities emerging. Paleoethnobotanist Dolores Piperno's analysis of botanical remains from this period reveals a continued emphasis on maize, beans, and squash, but also an increased focus on other crops such as peanuts and cotton. This diversification of agricultural practices may have been driven by changes in climate or the introduction of new farming techniques. The arrival of the Inca Empire in the 15th century marked a significant turning point in Bandurria's history. As part of their expansion along the coast, the Incas established a series of administrative centers and road networks, which likely impacted Bandurria's role in regional trade. Archaeologist Krzysztof Makowski suggests that the site may have been incorporated into the Inca Empire's system of tribute and taxation, with local leaders obligated to provide goods and services to the imperial authorities. Excavations by archaeologist Guillermo Cap Carrasco have uncovered evidence of Inca-style architecture at Bandurria, including the use of stone masonry and trapezoidal doorways. These findings, combined with the presence of Inca ceramics and other artifacts, indicate a significant degree of cultural exchange and influence during this period. The Incas' arrival also brought new technologies, such as metalworking, which are evident in the discovery of copper and bronze artifacts at the site. The Spanish conquest of Peru in the 16th century marked the beginning of the end for Bandurria as a thriving pre-Columbian settlement. As European diseases such as smallpox and influenza spread throughout the region, the site's population likely declined significantly. The introduction of new agricultural practices, livestock, and technologies also disrupted traditional ways of life, leading to the eventual abandonment of the site. Today, Bandurria remains an important archaeological site, offering insights into the complex cultural and economic dynamics of pre-Columbian Peru. Ongoing research and excavation, led by scholars such as Makowski, Castillo, and Piperno, continue to uncover new evidence of the site's significance, from its early days as a small fishing village to its later role as a major trade hub and cultural center. Thank you for joining me throughout this historical journey. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, remember that, to understand the present, we must first understand the past.